see the SEC's rejection of an ETF over in the U.S. Late last week, weigh on the price. But the SEC, well, they did reject the decision this time around. They didn't necessarily close the door here. We heard the regulator essentially say that we just don't see the tools right now in place to avoid any kind of fraud or manipulation. It sounds like you think the door is still open on that front. In that case, what do you think those tools need to look like in order to get SEC approval?
I think it's pretty much a matter of time where you see SEC approving an ETF. It's just which organization would be able to come out with the most comprehensive tools in terms of monitoring, in terms of surveillance, in terms of ability to create liquidity. So I think it's generally a whole range of tools that need to be equipped. But it's also readiness of the market. I think we are not far away. We're probably just a couple of months away from being ready for the market to generally accept a ETF product. I think that's what SEC would be looking at.
You know, when you look at where Bitcoin is traded, I mean, this is all part of the maturation period here. When we talk about digital currency, still early days. Last year, we saw some big markers on that front, the regulation over in Japan, the Bitcoin futures being launched over in the U.S., and then that near 20,000 level that we saw. What are the markers that we are looking to this year in order to move the needle forward in trying to stabilize the market?
There are lots of predictions on how far the Bitcoin price will go. But I generally think that the adoption is what is driving the demand on ground. I think at range bound trading of anywhere from 10 to 15,000, that's generally a lot of consensus on ground. It's being used widely now in many countries, and a lot of jurisdictions are starting to regulate and approach it with a cautious but optimistic approach. I think that's generally a couple of factors that will affect regulatory demand, and in general, I think it's geared up for a small rally towards year end.